Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest dawn of war Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. On the left side as the Steel Legion, we've got Vrax. On the right side as the Chaos Demons, we've got Keuken. Keuken will be opening up a couple of Furies, a Warp Signature and a Lesser Demon Portal. Whereas Vrax is going to go fight a couple of Pioneer Squads and a Legionary Barracks. Been quite some time since we've seen the Steel Legion go up against the Chaos Demons. But I do believe the last time we actually saw this, a very specific matchup, was in a Kercast a million years ago in Fata Morga. Like all the Kercasts more or less are. And yeah, the Chaos Demons went for the whole smorgasbord of Khorne demons and stuff. The big, like, greater demons of Khorne coming over and then bashing things down. And actually got the HQ down very, very early in the game. So we'll see if that is the same case on this game. I mean, to be fair, since then the Steel Legion have been updated. They've had a few bits and bobs tweaked and changed. I do know that Vrax has gone for the mechanized infantry for the tech paths that it's gone for, which will allow him to get more kind of infantry stuff on the go. Also allows him to spawn some infantry from his Armageddon pattern Chimera, so that's quite a flexible, aggressive kind of way to play. And double that up with the fact that the Steel Legion could just basically capture things and build their listing posts with their builders. That does allow them a lot more scope to be quite aggressive in the early game. So both factions have been quite aggressive. Just naturally by the way that they are built and functioning. We are seeing some horses riding on forward, seeing what they could do. The Furies won't exactly want to contend with them in close combat, so I assume the demon play to make here would be Khorne. We have some demonic souls, so I assume that's armor of some description, and that will keep these Furies. Well, I mean, it won't keep these guys alive. These guys die. You know, these guys basically the cap at the beginning of the game. Maybe you keep 1 or 2 squads alive, just to cap the critical locations as the game goes on, but generally these aren't the mainstay of your combat fighting forces. We're not actually seeing any units coming out for oh no, we're going to see a Demon Lord. Right, that makes sense. That's fair enough. I was assuming that Keuken wouldn't just allow Vrax to roll over him with horses. Only 1 warp signature. Now we have seen, what was it, Cultist Champ, Khorne Champ, whatever his name is. He plays a lot of demons, and whenever he plays them, he brings out 3 warp signatures straight off the bat, just to allow additional green money income when they trade their blue away. No, just in the one. Allowing that Demon Lord. We're also going to see some mischief being spawned in on the front. What kind of flavour of demon are you going for? You are going for the flavour of Khorne. And 1 squad of dogs versus horse. I mean, I suppose it's the age-old question, isn't it? Who would win in a fight between a horse and a dog? I suppose depends on the dog, depends on the horse. Demon dogs versus Imperial horses. We're seeing double commissars over here. One's been brought down to yellow health at the moment, going to be eaten alive by some woof puppers. Managing to scare these ones away on this side. Almost a squad wipe, but not quite. Well, reinforcement, they are 40 blue. So not the cheapest of chips one can spend on. I'm seeing a demonic shrine being poked into existence by his lost soul. I'd really like to see these points over on the northern side for Keuken being captured, but he's too busy having to keep all these fighting forces away from his base at the moment. Double commissars trying to swipe at the Demon Lord. These joined the Flesh Hounds just to keep them on good stead, but yeah, just, man, these rough riders giving Keuken a rough time here. And this is allowing him to just sit back and capture all of his bits and bobs on this other map. He's now also got his relay station on, which is their tech building for researching upgrades. Also allows them to tech up as well. Go for senior officers. Allow these guys to go for bigger and badder equipment on their leaders and such. But 1 commissar's down, another about to fall as well. This Demon Lord really holding the line. He's got a few dogs and that's all he's got. He's quite low on health, question mark? No, all things considered, you're actually doing alright on the health department. And 1 problem with melee troops is that you can only fit so many melee troops around a singular target. And there's unlimited amount of people that can fire at an individual target, but there's only so much physical, geographical space you can have around a lad before they'll lose it. I quite like it back to the wall. Can't surround him as much, and I'm just going to smack left and right and see what he can do with that before then deciding that, you know, well, that's too much of an advantage. That won't make it fun, interesting. Got the range units of pink horrors. And the pioneers capturing the critical location. Got Furies as well. Capturing the remaining points for the Chaos Demons. The moment the pink horrors are spotted, they will be charged by the Rough Riders. See why I went for these? Obviously, do a lot more damage in the long run than your regular old Khorne Hounds, but being ranged units, easily tied up by the Rough Riders here. Now also got the Lieutenant Colonel riding on foot. Well, not riding, he's not on a horse, is he? But he's there. Able to get some big bad Ogryn bodyguards when Tier 2 happens. 60 blue and 20 green, relatively cheap. And they do a remarkable job in close combat. Lieutenant Colonel actually on his own, being happy slapped by a whole bunch of pink horrors. And the Demon Lord as well. The amount of horses are waxing and waning here. They are going to be constantly reinforced at 45 blue, so actually, when you take into consideration that these pink horrors are 50, the Warhounds of Khorne were 40, you know, trading model for model, it's not that bad. Current economies at the moment are 98 and 20, compared to 90 and 100. So, considering that Keuken has been constantly on the defence, he's actually not doing a terrible job for the economy. Obviously, he's not where he wants to be. Demons tend to want a little bit more blue money than anyone else, because obviously they've got to trade their blue money to get more green. But he's holding the line. Morale's been broken across the board for the horses. He's got a stalwart line of pink horrors, also the Furies to keep these guys on the back foot, and there we go. Crazy amount of aggression for the early game, but a moment of respite and reprieve for both players here. More Lost Souls coming online. Are we seeing a Tier 2 on the way for Vrax? And I assume, yeah, just Chimeras, bring them forward, spawn your infantry doodads, and keep the assault on the go. They've got a remarkably large amount of horses. Don't feel like these guys scale too well in the later stages of the game.
Stand by for orders.
They are quite glass cannony. But hit and run is never a bad idea. We've also got the Vox officer. She does stuff, I imagine. If we're going for the rhyme and reason for what most guard troops do, this lady will probably, I assume, call in some aircraft or bombardments and stuff. Oh look, we could find out. Why am I guessing when we could do this? She does spots detected, stealth units, and increased accuracy and damage to squads that she's attached to. Okay, alright. Maybe some other stuff, but I'm not reading all that. It's just there with a plasma gun. I think the God Emperor's work. And now that the horses have rallied, and we've also got some Ogryn bodyguards to chase away these pink horrors, I think pushing up these guys too far was a little bit of a mistake. You don't have the maneuverability to avoid the horse charge. So much like the Battle of Hastings, really, you know, when the French ran away, or did they run away? Who really knows? Was it a planned fate? Well, it wasn't French, was it? It was the Normans. The Normans and the French were two completely different people. But to bring it back to this game, they pull back, giving the horrors the false sense of security, only to then double down on them. And all the horrors down here are dead. Oh no, there's one blue horror. Oh no, now he's dead. Fair enough. And on the northern side, the horses come straight back on in. We're seeing some flamers of Zinch, which will absolutely do some incredible damage if they can hold the line here and avoid being stabbed to death by the Rough Riders. Here they are, like angry saxophones, getting those blue flames of Zinch upon everyone. Morale been broken on the horses, so they won't do that much damage. While these guys are trying to focus down flamers, these pink horrors are able to then open fire. Thankfully they've got two squads, so they're able to probably for both of them. Flamers Zinch trying to run away as best they can. Down on this side, we've got one of the demonic shrines being taken down. Plenty of green nests. Oh, you are the Savlar Chem Dog Squad. So what you do is that basically you fire your chemicals at people, and that basically switches them off. Just stop doing damage or something to that effect. I remember seeing them about like 4 months ago. Quite a cool unit there. In fact, while we're here, because you don't get to see them often, what do you look like? Just like a bit like Helgun's, really, if you remember the game. Was the game called Helgun? Really cool first-person shooter. Back when first-person shooters were fun, had interesting storylines. Yeah, the sheer power fire. All the horses are dead, question mark. None of them survived. None of them survived. Overstaying their welcome. These chem dogs have got no choice but to run away, but they're going to stick around for a little bit. Breaking morale as they do. The Lord kills a commissar, and everyone's going to run away now. At the end of that engagement, the economies are 111 and 0, compared to 122 and 70. I'm seeing Vrax upgrading all of his listing posts. He understands now that he's tried to bash the demons several times, but there's going to be no quick win for this engagement here. He'll need to invest in the long term. And so many Flamers of Zinch means that infantry aren't going to be doing him too many favours, considering that he's gone for the Armoured Fist Doctrine. Bit of a shame. It was a good effort. He does also have this thermoplasma generator on the far-flung sides. With a Riser Pattern Hellhound. So fighting fire with fire, potentially. Morale being broken on these Flamers. Which means that they will slowly but surely be losing health. I don't think these guys are actually built for anti-building bashing. I mean, pink horrors are, but certainly not the Flamers. They've done it. They've got a listing post and a turret down. A heavy bolter support squad coming in. Just one squad against the hordes of demons. Get them done. Just hold the line, gentlemen. There's 2 men and a gun. Ah, they'll run away. Cowards! That's not what the Emperor hired you for his service for. We've also got the fortified bunker add-on to the fire control bunker, so that's got additional extra fiery bits on it. Flamers Zinch over here, trying to be kept alive by having a lost soul join them, but it should not be helping. I mean, it helps them regen their health, I suppose, making them act like a normal squad. And the Riser Pattern Hellhound flaming the Flamers. There's some Stormtroopers as well. Ideally, you want Stormtroopers to take care of the pink horrors and these guys to take on the Flamers, but at the moment, it seemed like a really good unit composition from Keuken, whatever you want to call him. Man of many names. But no, he's also going to throw away his Demon Lord just so that his pink horrors and his Flamers can escape, but we're going to come down here and, I mean, that's a dead end. There's no escape from the Steel Legion round that neck of the woods. What are you? Oh, you are another horror doing horrible things. Fairy new, fairy snuff. We're going to see a replacement Demon Lord. And what else? Not much else. Ideally, they want to certainly be focusing on this little area here, do the demons. Don't want to push too far into the Steel Legion base, and it will deny them all the extra juicy green money, which is going to skyrocket the Steel Legion into feats of greatness, tanks and other gubbins. Another squad of pink horrors, going to replace the Flamers they lost and some more of them, actually. So not switching up his style. He's thinking, right, okay, well, on the offensive with this unit composition, not done all that well, but defensively, actually worked out from us pretty remarkably, so maybe that's what Keuken is thinking. But now the Stormtroopers have got their grenade launchers. And only a couple of volleys, I reckon, will be required to kill a squad of Flamers. I mean, the small number, I mean, you can get about 8 in there. They do have demon armor, so it's not like as if everything's going to kill them straight away, but ideally you don't want the Flamers to be the main target, do you? I like it. 2 fights going on at once. Horrors up against the tanks, Flamers against the infantry, both demon units being used to target the exact target that they need to. Love to force them back. Not going to chase after them though. Learn from their mistake. The Hellhound goes down, and ideally we want to see these boys go straight over here and start smashing up all this stuff. On the very least, down on this side. Still probably be able to reach them from up here. But no, I'm going to play a man of peace. All is quiet on the western and eastern front. Critical location been captured in the centre.
At ease, man. Let's get to work.
And I mean, for the demons, like, don't get me wrong, like, this is going to work for them for the moment, but all the Steel Legion are going to do is just keep on going up and up and bring, you know, just more deadly things onto the battlefield. So they definitely need to either switch up their composition by taking up and getting some, I don't know, big demon engines out, or, you know, being more aggressive. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Corner's trying to take down that Feral Plasma Generator. Rise of Pattern Hellhound burning the Flamers once again. Standing in a heavy cover as well. Got to be careful about assaulting this general zone just because of how defensive it can be. Oh, I mean, Hellhound does a little bit of a dance for crashing out. Demon Lord throws up some more. There's just plenty of fire in this game, isn't there? May as well move your demons into the heavy cover just so everyone gets the benefit. Oh dear, Vox Officer. Killed it. The demons just trying to push away the stormtroopers, although I would really like at least just one squad being held back just to focus on the tank battery. We'll open up with another, oh sorry, not another, just the first of the game, Armageddon Passive Basilisk. There we go. If they turned around a lot earlier, they could potentially have stopped that. But that being said, though, Basilisk isn't exactly going to be surviving for very long, is it? Probably did an idea of cancelling that, just to save your money. Now they're firmly in the heavy cover. And here come the Ebon Geists, in for the Purple Horrors, which have a really cool, wonderful little purpley effect every time they blow off. It's pretty sweet. Some bonus damage to vehicles, buildings, and aircraft, if I'm not mistaken. So every colour does something different. Lieutenant Colonel in the thick of it. Morale's been broken for him, but at least keeping these guys active. Although, man, in saying that, though, question mark, right? So you've got people in heavy cover, gives them 50% range reduction. You then send someone in close combat, that gives them an additional range reduction damage. So is it actually wise to do that, or is it just a case of either just give them all range or all melee damage? Questions? Or is that different in Unification? Maybe. Can't imagine it being different. Why would you change it? There's the Basilisk. Stupidly long range, does a lot of damage. And, I mean, yeah, as far as the Imperial Guard Basilisk things go, it's probably not the least accurate of them, but it does the most damage. At least that's what I've seen in casts. I could be wrong, there might be another Basilisk that does, is more damagey. But traditionally, that's how the Steel Legion Basilisks work. Well, getting a direct shot in there. Demons now pushing to the northern side. That's a lot of demons there. Keuken the side, right? Yep, this unit composition's working. I just need more of it. You know what? It's not a bad idea. Bad idea. Might take down this relay station, which would be really amazing for him. Everything at the moment has its morale broken, with the exception of a couple of units. So I suppose the Steel Legion, all they need to do is just wait for the demons to basically die. Demons do have to go home at some point. Basilisk being chased away by the pink horrors. It's nice to see that little attention to detail. Quite often you'll see players be bombarded by ranged Basilisk units for absolutely ages and not respond to it, but I've seen them do that. So here comes the grenade launchers.
I like those Latuan hunters. Great chefs.
Oh, we've got Ratlins. Yes, love some Ratlins. First things to, how things are going to get in this game, I'm afraid, but we'll take them. And, oh, Uriah Jacobus. Here he is. Oh, look, I used to have a beard like that. A little while ago. Such drip, man. As the kids would say. And where this is, I assume they killed the first basilisk, and now a second one is here. Oh, you might just be being repaired by the pioneers. There we go, point blank range, more or less, for a basilisk. You can't miss from that range. There we are. Look at that. They break the morale. And then one shot at a time. They'll be shafted. Also got the advantage of having a heavy bolter on the front of their tank as well. That's pretty neat for them. Humans are waxing and waning in numerical advantage, but that's something more forth. There's rattlings in the middle, just taking out morale as and where they can. More flames from the Demon Lord. This bastard just refuses to die. Pioneers. Oh no, he's dead now. I jinxed it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Vrax. Always will continue their mischief. But it's just both sides teleporting and deep striking in things as and when needed. Fox Officer is back on the field. Probably doesn't want to be there on her lonesome. Right, Jacobus, he's got a big grenade they can throw around. And, oh, you are a Herald of Corn, surrounded by Zinch. Well, doesn't feel all that good about that, doesn't he? Hey, he's there. As long as he gets to punch something, I'm sure he's happy. The last of the horrors taken care of. Let's then be split in two. Like a amoeba? Question mark? Is it amoebas that split in two? Something like that. It's some science nonsense. I've played Spore. I know cellular reproduction works or something. Just leave it to Sony. Oh, our current economy is 149 and 37 compared to 250 and 0 as usual. Bloodletters are incoming. The slag deposit thingamadoodad for the demons has been kaputzed. And it seems like Keuken is going to start adding some melee units to the mix. For a whole smoke spawn of bloodletters, they'll do a mighty fine job of killing the dudes. Every time they hit something, they get to regen a little bit of health. As long as they can keep on top of people, do a damn fine good job. Flamers, pink horrors. Oh, I quite like the surrounding nature of all these demons. Just imagine these stormtroopers just been utterly surrounded. Firing left, right, and centre, but the demons just keep on coming, and these bloodletters focusing straight on top of Mr. Jacobus himself. Try and burn him, try and stab him. And much like Rasputin, it's a while to get him down, but once he's down, never to get back up again. Unless he's re-recruited, of course. I suppose much like Rasputin in that case. Morale being broken in the legionary squads. Stormtroopers, they're still relatively okay emotionally. Still have to fall back. Rattling still flying away left, right, and centre. And the demons, to be fair, those bloodletters have been taken care of. Herald of Corn is still out and about. The Lord chasing up as these rattlings have been spotted. Oh dear, let them live. They're only small. All they wanted was a couple of breakfasts. No, there's no mercy. In the grim darkness of the far future, Stormtrooper's been bashed by some more flaming triangles. This basilisk, high value basilisk really. And damage he's probably brought to the field at the moment has been tremendous. But they've now almost got within range of killing him. Human Lord and the Corn Lord himself also just been tied up by all these little chaff units. Oh, we've got Commissar Yarrick T-posing off in the distance. He's thinking, no, I don't want to deal with any of this, not yet. Got other fish to fry. The Basilisk. Take her down. Only the main demons left. Oh no, I completely forgot where these guys will spawn, even though I just mentioned it. Yeah, no more Zinchians left. And now we've got some Bolgrins and Lieutenant Colonel, so a lot of meat coming down. Got another squad of Bulgrins down this side as well. And the Ancient Juggernaut. So much health. But vehicle armor. So, you know, it's not like your traditional demons where they're pretty difficult to kill because of their armor type. So some anti-vehicle stuff will be more than enough to strike them down. There's the Blood Crusher as well. So Bulgrins, definitely good for going tit for tat the favoured Bloodletters, but kind of want some damage to follow up with them. They're not going to be the ones that are going to be killing the Bloodletters. You want, realistically, some firepower, but losing that vehicle facility, questionable. Where is Commissar Yarrick in all of this? Go for the Bulgrins, and we also have Canoness Errant Stahenna. Oh, you're cool. Your blooming face. Nice, I like that. She's there, and I assume she'll be doing stuff.
Our tools are ready.
Should we find out what you do as well? Why not? Let's make a double taste of information collection. She does. Enemies will not harm blind infantry while she is near, preferring to shoot at her. And then highly resistant to demonic influence. So she damages demons when she's near them. And any infantry near her does not take any damage, if I'm reading the tooltips correctly. It's very powerful. Young lady here. All been slowed down. The perfect counter to some demony demons. Doesn't seem to be tanking the damage, question mark, when the actual demons get round to hitting it. Going in solo, surrounded by Bloodletters. No, they're fleeing from her. Don't want any part of this. While she's defending inside the base, double Ancient Juggernauts causing issues. Led first and foremost by Commissar Yarrick himself. He's a big old beefcake. Trying to high-five those Bloodletters in the backside, and he managed to take out one. So rebuilding that tank factory on the northern side. Steel Legion losing their listing posts across the map. Smoke being put down just to help with things, reducing incoming damage and all that stuff. Oh no, the demon lady, she got munched. Got munched and now she's dead. Heavens to Betsy. It's going so well for Steel Legion early on. A really aggressive opening of the horses, transitioning into the Stormtroopers with the grenade launchers and all that stuff. The demons, you know, they thought, right, okay, Zinch didn't work. Let's try Khorne, and much like I said earlier on, well, actually, at the beginning of the cast, when the Steel Legion lost their HQ to the Bloodletters in the other game. Is this like a universal thing? Does the Steel Legion just struggle with Khorne in general? I suppose their close combat units are the Bulgrins and the, you know, the other dudes. But realistically, they don't want to be engaging in close combat, do they? Well, they managed to kill the Ancient Bloodletter. There's also Slaughter Fiend using his old chains and saws and stuff to break down the tank factory. Vrax still does have a lot of money left over there. Don't count him out. We've got some demons down here. What's going on inside the base for you at the moment? We've got stuff coming on. Oh, just more Slaughter Fiends. Bulgrins. Now the bulwark against these mechanical nightmares. Stormtroopers throwing in a lot of melter bombs. Top of the Ancient Juggernaut, but he's not going down. Just pouring these lads. It's appalling, if you ask me. Aha! Oh! It seems that the Steel Legion, they've got a limited amount of lads on the field at the moment. Now trying to rebuild some stuff. With a lads kind of support squad take care of all that vehicle stuff, but now the favoured Bloodletters are inside his base. There goes the fire control bunker, slowly but surely, unless of course the Bulgrins can come in to save the day. But dear oh dear, just there was no vehicles at some point, and then all of a sudden there was like a million of them. Vrax says GG, and that is the end of that. So it seems like to me that that game kind of went all right, well, very all right actually for the Steel Legion in the early game, considering that they were taking down these demonic shrines and killing lots of Zinchi people. But yeah, I think they just pushed too hard, too fast. You know, they came in, killed stuff, contained the demons, and then hard-teched up into getting, you know, like the Bulgrins and Commissar Yarrick and the scary anti-demon lady. Yeah, that might have worked out better for them. I did quite like how we got a fair plasma generator, and those basilisks as well were doing a really good job at taking down the Zinchi and stuff. But the moment Keuken then decided, right, okay, none of this magic-y, warpy nonsense, we're just going to go for cold, hard steel and stabbing people in the face. It all turned around for them. So there we go. So cheers, Vrax, for sending that game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always never short. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.